If you've ever delivered food late at night, you know it gets weird sometimes. People meet you at the door half-dressed. Dogs bark like they haven't seen daylight in a year. And once in a while, someone insists you come inside because they don't have hands free. But what happened to me on Route 43, out near the edges of Boulder County, Colorado, was something else entirely. I still have dreams about it. I still check my rearview mirror way more than I used to. This story isn't about ghosts or monsters. It's about a man who started watching me, following me, and how a simple delivery shift nearly turned into the last drive I ever made. Let me explain. I was 21 when this happened, a full-time student at CU Boulder, trying to balance lectures with bills and trying to avoid drowning in debt. I took the job at Swift Eats because it was flexible. Late-night runs meant fewer orders, decent tips, and time to think. Plus, it paid for gas and groceries, which was all I really needed. Route 43 wasn't even a route, technically. Just a stretch of back roads along the foothills between Boulder and Lyons, pastures, broken fences, the occasional trailer park, and a whole lot of nothing. Most drivers hated going out that way because signal dropped fast and GPS flaked out. But I didn't mind. The roads were peaceful. I could crank up a podcast and zone out. That was my mistake. It started with a late-night ping on a Thursday. 9:47 p.m., delivery from a burger place downtown to an address I'd never seen before, Bluff Hollow Lane. Sounded fake, like something out of a horror movie. But the app verified it, and it was a solid $18 payout, so I took it. Burger, fries, a vanilla milkshake. Normal order. I picked it up, texted the generic "on my way" message, and drove. About 25 minutes later, I turned onto Bluff Hollow. It was barely more than a dirt trail. I followed it past a few darkened properties until I found a small house tucked back behind some trees. No lights, no car. Porch light was off, but it matched the address. I pulled in, headlights sweeping across the yard. Overgrown grass, empty flower pots, a lawn gnome with a missing eye. I killed the engine and sat there a second. Still no lights, no movement. I grabbed the food and walked up the path. Halfway to the door, my phone buzzed. Unknown number. Leave it on the porch. I frowned. The order was set for handoff, not contactless. Are you sure? I texted back. No response, so I left it there. Took a photo, got back in the car, marked it delivered. As I started to reverse out, my headlights flashed across something that made my stomach turn. A figure, standing just behind the tree line, not moving, just watching. Tall, thin, wearing what looked like a hoodie and jeans. But I couldn't make out a face. I froze. Then they stepped backward into the shadows, and they were gone. I didn't report it. What would I say? Some weirdo stood in the woods near Bluff Hollow? It didn't seem like enough. I told myself it was just some kid messing around. We're a paranoid homeowner. But then it happened again. The next night. Different order, different restaurant, but same destination, Bluff Hollow Lane. I hesitated. Thought about rejecting it. But the payout was good, and I figured maybe I was just being paranoid. So I accepted. This time, the house had its porch light on. But when I walked up with the food, there was no note, no buzz, no figure in the trees. What I did notice, though, was the previous bag. The burger and shake from last night. Still there. Untouched, greasy, and wet from the evening dew. I knocked. Nothing. My skin crawled. I placed the new order beside the old one, snapped a pic, and got the hell out. As I reversed, I checked the trees again. No one. Things escalated the next week. I started getting multiple orders from Bluff Hollow. Different names, different numbers, always late. Always paid in full. Always tipped well. But the food was never taken. It just sat there. And every time I went, I felt it more and more. That sensation of being watched. Like someone was just out of sight, breathing through the trees. Then, one night, I came home around midnight to find something tucked under my windshield wiper. A receipt, one of mine, from a delivery 3 nights earlier. Crumpled, stained, but across the top, someone had written in pen, "Nice car, Brian." My blood ran cold. I don't use my real name on the app. I told myself it had to be a prank. Maybe a coworker messing with me. Maybe I dropped the receipt and someone found it. But deep down, I knew better. Someone from Bluff Hollow knew who I was. I stopped taking orders to that area, blocked it from my app preferences, told dispatch there was a signal issue, and for a while, things were quiet, until Halloween. That night, I was working a stacked order from a pizza joint. 2 deliveries, one to a college party, the other, Bluff Hollow. Somehow, it slipped through the filter. I debated canceling, but the first delivery was already in my back seat, and I needed the cash. So I told myself it'd be quick, in and out. When I pulled onto Bluff Hollow, the fog was thick, too thick for comfort. My headlights barely cut through it. The house was dark again. Same porch, same eerie stillness. I grabbed the pizza and walked up. There was something new this time. A small package, wrapped in brown paper, sitting right beside the door. Addressed to me, to Brian. I left the pizza and backed away. Fast, but curiosity clawed at me. Against my better judgment, I grabbed the package and drove off. I didn't open it until I was parked safely in my apartment lot. Inside was a phone, just a cheap burner. No contacts. One video saved to the gallery. It was footage of me delivering to Bluff Hollow. Multiple angles, night vision. Some from the trees, one from across the road, another from directly behind me. The last frame? My car, parked at home, my apartment building in the background. I stopped delivering after that. Quit the app, got a campus job instead, filed a report with the sheriff, but nothing came of it. The house at Bluff Hollow was empty. Had been for years. Foreclosed, deemed uninhabitable. They never found who placed the orders. The numbers were fake. The names too. Burner phones, prepaid cards. But sometimes, I still see them. The man in the hoodie. I'll catch a glimpse while driving. In a crowd. Across the street. Just standing, watching, waiting. And I don't take back roads anymore. Not ever again. Let's not meet.